Hello, welcome back to Cami Designs. And today we're going to do part 2 of the tube sock. And we're going to switch to the US 8. And we're just going to keep repeating the rib, which is a 2x2, which is knit 2, purl 2. And we're going to do this for a total of 20 inches. And I will show you what it's going to look like when it's done. And then I have some other things to go over at the end of the video. But here's what it looks like with one sock all done. I have not weaved in my end yet. This is the toe part here. And so this is my full sock. So it looks pretty long. It is really thick because it is made with worst weighted yarn. And this goes up to almost my knee. So keep in mind that, you got your foot part, then you have the curve that go up your leg. And it does stretch. And this is Red Heart Super Saver, and this is called Hot Sauce. I'm pretty sure. I think I have my paper here. Yes, Hot Sauce. Okay, and I've got a couple different needles here. I have my double pointed needles, which you can use. Double pointed needles, I have a 10-inch round, or you could use if you have like a 32-inch circular needles, you can use that too and do a magic loop style. And you can also do it if you don't have a US 8. You can do it in different sizes, and I'll explain how to figure your cast on at the end of the video. Okay, I'm going to back out one stitch because I put a stitch in there so I wouldn't lose my marker. I'm going to take my marker off, and I'm just going to put them onto this, but I'm going to work my pattern. I'm just going to knit 2, then go purl 2, knit 2, and it seems like it's a lot of ribbing, and it is. It's a lot of ribbing, but once you get into the flow of things, it goes pretty fast. And 20 inches does seem long, but it, once again, it is. Ooh, I almost pulled that stitch off my needle. I did pull it off my needle, but let's see if I can slide it back on without causing a mess. There we go. But I was able to sit there and watch a TV show while I did it. And then pretty soon I was done. And I was like, wow. Okay. So once again, I'm just working the pattern onto my bigger size here. And I understand that not everybody has the money to go and buy sock needles, especially if they're just starting socks. Same thing with double pointed needles. Not everybody has double pointed needles. I have found a few books on how to knit socks on straight needles, so I'm going to try that, and then maybe I'll do a video on how that works. Okay, and I want to pull this needle a little bit here because I don't want my stitches to fall off my needles. Oops, I need that behind. And it does take a little bit at first because you are working with the smaller stitch, so it does seem a little tighter, and you can't tell a huge difference on the sock itself, but the reason why you do a smaller needle to start with is because then it is a little tighter and it grips your leg a little better, and these do have a lot of stretch in them, and so they fit me, But because of how much stretch they have, they also fit my husband with no problem either. So they're very versatile. If you want to make socks for people and you don't know their exact shoe size, this is a good sock to do. And then you don't have to worry about gussets and inseams and heel turns. None of that. Don't get me wrong, I like doing other socks too, but this is really easy. And it's very comfortable. I was hoping I had this one done because they're so comfortable I wanted to wear them. In the next video, I will show how to do the toe. And that's it. Then the sock's done. And the toe is worked in, I think it was 4 rows. 3 or 4 rows. So it's not that hard. And there's no Kitchener stitches, none of that. So, okay, so now I've got it on my, my US 8, so now I can just work my pattern all the way until it measures 20 inches. I'm just going to do a few here just so I don't lose my stitch marker. And every once in a while I would transfer onto double pointed needles and try it on. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. And I would try it on just to see how it was fitting. That's how I realized the one I did before with 64 stitches cast on was too large. And this was 56. So that was my perfect number for cast on. And remember, if you're going to adjust the cast on, it needs to be in multiples of 4. Because the pattern is worked over knit 2, purl 2. So it's 4 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to call that good, and then I will go over a few things here. So here it was the first part. We switched to the US 8. We'll just keep repeating the rib 2x2, or knit, which is a knit 2, purl 2, and it's a total of 20 inches. So when I measured from my cast on all the way to 20 inches, and then I knew to start my toe. And now I also want to go over, so this is what I use. I am using Red Heart, which is called Hot Sauce. That's the color. So it's got all different color oranges and reds in it. And I cast on with the US 6 size. And I did it for 1.5 inches. Then I'm doing the rest of the sock in a US 8. Now you can use other size needles. You just have to adjust your cast on numbers by 4. So the smaller the needle, the more stitches you're going to need. And so the easiest way that I have found to figure out how many I'm going to need to cast on is you want to do a gauge. So you want to knit a square with the needles you want to use. Then you want to count how many stitches you get in 1 inch. And then you want to times that by the measure of your leg. So if you get, for example, 10 inches or 10 stitches per inch, and then you need it to be 10 inches, then you're going to need 100 cast on. So you want stitches per inch times the measure of your leg. And so that means I measured the circumference of my calf, where I want the top of my sock to sit. That's where I measured. And also remember that the sock gives a little bit. It stretches as well. Because it's a 2x2 rib. But that is roughly how you can get a number of cast-ons you're going to need. And when I say you need to do a gauge, you don't want to knit every single row. You want to knit the 2x2. You want a 2x2 square, and then you can count your stitches. Because if you do a knit every row, then you're not going to have the right measurement. I hope that makes sense. If not, I can try to explain it further or show you what I'm talking about. Just let me know in the comments below if you need me to show you how to find your stitches per inch times the measure of your leg. Maybe I can do a video on that. But you just gotta let me know in the comments if you need me to show that. And that is it for this video. So just remember, a 2x2, which is a knit 2, purl 2 for 20 inches. And then in the next video, we'll show the toe. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and share it with all your friends or anybody who might be interested in learning to do a tube sock. And remember, it's absolutely free to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. If you want to be notified when my videos come out, you can hit the little bell next to the subscribe button. And YouTube will let you know when I have a new video out, which is every Sunday. And every Wednesday, it's a left-handed crochet. So if you're interested in that, check it out. If not, that's fine. And thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye!